Hello, I'm Raziel. So what have I told you? The Praetorian of Terror, the primarch of the Imperial Fist, and the seventh son of the Emperor, Rogal Dorn, was not only a traitor, but also instrumental in the fall of the Emperor. You'd say, Raziel, shut up. Here is the kicker. There is 4 very strong pieces of evidence that points to that very thing. Why 4? Because I couldn't find 5. Anyway, just so you know, these are actually canonical as well. These are not things I've made up, these are things that actually happened. So, the first piece of evidence is, where was Sigismund at the start of the Siege of Terror? Was he at the War Council, where you think Rogal Dorn's second in command would be? No, he was right out in the first sphere of defence, the one that Dorn would think would be expenditory. You know, assets he was willing to get destroyed or killed. Same with the Istan massacre, where the traitors sent out the Law Marines. They're first expecting them to die. Of course, it always doesn't work out, as some loyal Astartes of the traitors legions survived, and so did Sigismund. Now, why did Rogal Dorn send Sigismund so far out? Sigismund, the father of the Black Templars, started to worship the Emperor as a god. Yeah, that's right, Sigismund was super loyal to the Emperor, and this irked his primarch. That kind of thinking is heresy. Next is, who improved the Imperial Palace prior to the traitors breaching the gate? That is right, Rogal Dorn. So after centuries of not being breached or falling to a foe, mere months, if that, after Rogal Dorn's improvements, the traitors made it into the palace. The only way they didn't get any further was of the brave and stalwart primarch of the Blood Angels, Sanguinius. It is also of his Blood Angels who took most of the fighting, and Chaos has cursed them to this day. After Horus's fall, did the Imperial Fist suffer any problems like a gene curse? Wait, they didn't. Chaos doesn't punish those who that work for them, only those that have failed or are perceived an enemy. Looks like Imperial Fist were not considered a failure or enemy. Curious and curiouser. Penultimate is Rogal Dorn. Timed his entry to fight with Horus very well. The Emperor just falling and Sanguinius dead, which would have taken at least 5 minutes for Sanguinius to die. Actual death from strangulation takes around about 5 minutes. Probably a lot longer for a primarch. Actually, we know that unconsciousness from asphyxiation takes a lot longer for a primarch. In the book, Dark Imperial, Robert Gulliman gets his throat cut. His Astartes get him to his ship from the Emperor's Children's flagship, while fighting through corrupted traitors and a demon primarch, while carrying his body throughout the time. And he still wasn't fully unconscious when they put him into stasis. So, if we are being conservative here, asphyxiation to unconsciousness takes a primarch around about half an hour, and it's 30 seconds for a human, and 5 minutes to death. So if we use the same maths, so it takes 10 times longer, roundabout, okay, for a brain death to occur. So it would be a safe assumption that it would take 5 hours for a primarch to die from strangulation. Where was Dorn throughout that time? The Emperor could have perceived that Sanguinius was dead, and the Blood Angel primarch died during the battle between Horus and the Emperor. Now that means Dorn has 5 hours of missing time. Where was he? Only to suddenly appear when the duel was over, and the Emperor had fallen. You know, mortal wounds and all that nonsense. So he could carry the body back and look like a hero. Now finally, and the most incriminating of all, Dorn placed the Emperor on the Golden Throne, forcing him to stay alive. See, if the Emperor had died, he would have been resurrected, been a perpetual and all that noise. Placing the Emperor on the Golden Throne stopped his resurrection, thus taking the Imperial's most powerful player off the board permanently. Rogal Dorn also knew the Golden Throne put the Emperor through agonizing pain, and he's going, yeah, sorry, 10,000 years of that nonsense? Yeah, you can do that, Mr. Emperor. Where if the Emperor had died, humanity's leader would have had the strongest leader, and Chaos would have been vanquished. Now, if you think about this, Chaos would have seemed weak and useless, even to some of the traitors. They would have tried to come back into the fold, because Chaos couldn't kill the Emperor, so it's nothing but a weakness. And of course, we also have some primarchs who literally hated Chaos too, some of the traitors, okay? Anyway, there you go. And just in case you're wondering whether or not this was exactly what it's meant to be, please check the date, and have a great April Fool's Day. Links to Element Games if you like Warhammer down below. And of course, my t-shirt, my comics links, and Forbidden Planet if you like comics as well. Forbidden Planet's already pretty good, I quite like that shop anyway. And if you want to give me money, there is of course my Patreon. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a great day and have a lot of fun. And remember, just enjoy the day.